need conditions for everything. I gotta be in the mood to wash dishes. What are you talking about? Dishes need to be washed. All you had to do was say, you know what, I'm just gonna be a dirty. That's it. I'm just a filth. I don't want to clean up. I just don't want to do nothing. No, I'm not a filth, but I'm saying, you gotta say that to yourself if you're filthy. But if you're clean, you don't have to say that. If you're clean, you don't have to say nothing. If you're clean, you just look clean, and people know, oh, that's a clean individual. But it's only half of what you can say if you're clean anyway. You can't really talk. First of all, you can't stutter on live. You gotta write it down. You gotta say, I'm gonna write something down. I'm gonna write it down, and then I'll deal with it after I wrote it. That's just the way it is. You only have half a minute anyway when you write something down to even care. You're not gonna care more than half a minute. You're gonna look at it and you're gonna put it to the side. And unless it's absolutely necessary for you to do, you're not gonna. You're not gonna do nothing. If you ain't gotta do it, you're not gonna do it. I promise you. There's something in you that's gotta tell you, I gotta clean this room up. I gotta feed this turtle, man. If I don't feed him, he's gonna go to the neighbor. The neighbor's gonna feed him, dude. The neighbor's gonna feed him, and they might even keep him, fool. That's crazy. But it's my fault. If you don't let turtles out of the yard, they don't leave. You know what I'm saying? We learned that. I learned that one. I said, you know what? Don't never let reptiles keep reptiles locked up. Don't have them get no privileges outside. Put a fake piece of grass next to them and stuff. Put a fake rock. Put a styrofoam rock. Take a styrofoam cup and just draw a rock on there and say, this is your forest right here. You sit right there and keep the TV on. That's, man. You wanna get episodes of Batman for you. It's a good day for you today. Here's the thing. Here's what happens. You want to drop it when you finish. How do you drop stuff upon the ground when you're done with them? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you put them in a case or put them somewhere? Let them be put away to where it's good. It's not just sitting there like it doesn't have a purpose. It had a purpose 10 minutes ago, this bottle. The second moment you took, the second sip after that, the day was done for your bottle. No, it just find another use. If you can't find another use for it immediately, then you recycle it. Put it in the recycler. Divide the task of two is twofold. So you're using it, and then you're throwing it in the recycler. That's the second part that you need to do. So above all the other parts of throwing it away. So the first part is to use it. I'm having this grape soda I shouldn't be having. How many calories are you counting? If you're counting calories, it's already over with. I think you should have stopped that. I don't need to be drinking soda no more. You know what I'm saying? That's where you should have stopped because you had that conversation with somebody. They said the waters are over there. He said, no, I'm gonna get a soda. I'm gonna get a soda. I'm in the midst of crushed soda. I'm gonna try to see if I can find one. This lights out for copying off of other people. You ever seen 3 people with the same outfit on? If 10 people have the same outfit on, you know what they call that? They call it a parade group. That's a parade now. We're in the waters of the forest parade. That's where we are. I thought we were at the buffet. No, it's 10 people wearing the same thing. It must be it's a show coming up in here somewhere. There's 10 seasons. No, there's 4 seasons, but there's 10 people. They all look like a different season. It's like autumn, May. And 10 people from the time we got into the buffet to right now, they're all wearing the same thing. So you don't do that. You don't go out and wear the same thing whenever which Walmart you go? I'm going to go to the same one. Which one did you get? 48B. What's the serial number? I'm going to get, that's basically what you're doing. You don't go ask people for their serial number. What's the serial number on that shirt, man? What would it say? B29865? Oh, man. Mine is 66, fool. We almost got the same shirt. It's like, man, if you don't get from out this line, next to me, man. Go in the candy part. You know when you sit in the line and it's the candy part where you can get whatever you want there. And then who picks the weakest snacks? Somebody picks the weakest snacks out the group. Somebody. If you're just going by yourself, you're gonna pick the weakest snack. You're gonna get it. You're gonna be like, let me get these let me get these Smarties over here. Is Kit Kat or Smarties? Which one am I gonna choose? Smarties, because Smarties. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense on the earth. You don't have to do that. That's cold, man. There was somebody, and they tuned out, fool. They tuned out. They're trying to send you a message. You're not going to win. We already got somebody. But what about Jesus? Did you forget about Jesus? I know you didn't. I know you didn't forget about Jesus. And you're not able to match the Lord. This is what you gotta do with rejection. Who rejected you? That's the first of all. You gotta think about that. Who rejected you? Every person in the world has a chance. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's alive has a chance. You are alive, you got a chance. If you woke up this morning or at nighttime, pretend this morning and say you woke up this morning with a chance. You got a chance to win, you got a chance to do well, and most importantly, you got a chance to get finished with something tight. If you know what you're going to do, then you're probably going to do half of it anyway. So figure out something tight for yourself to do and go from there. I don't see anything else you need to bring forth than what is best for Christ. If you have a real reason to be a Christian, then today is that reason. You go like that. That's enough reason right there. You see what's going on here, fool. And you go like that, you better figure something out to help everybody else. Because the Lord saw what you're doing. You know, the Lord saw everything. And most of all, if you're going to say you're going to go to heaven, you want to be all in the heavens and fly up, then you need to do what the Lord said to do. That's half the thing there. You know, the Lord says, I'm going to bless you according to your works. So if you have good works, then you're going to have the best that you could possibly get. You see what I'm saying? In the end, because they're going to say, well, let me see what you did. Well, you did something good. And then there it is. Second, you got to believe you're funny. Like if you don't know that you're funny on the inside, how is anybody else going to know? What are you sharing? Are you calling for them to give you something, or are you sharing something with them? If you're going to share something with you, we could sit here a piece of the night. You know, I'm not going to sit here with you 10 hours. Hey, how you doing? It's 8 o'clock. Well, we're still sitting. No, we're not. I wasn't still sitting here. I was gone. You know what I'm saying? I left, half an hour ago. So, it's up to you what you're going to do in life. Don't try to reach people. This is the best way. This is the best medium right here, because you're going to see the truth. If you know what is going on with you, because you go to the Lord and ask him, and you clean your whiskers when you have them. You ever have whiskers and you talk to somebody and you got whiskers? You cannot really engage them with whiskers. Who's going to listen to whisker breath? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to listen to that. No one's going to see that. No one's going to get it. Let me see how long I can go with this. Because when the battery runs out, that's when I'll stop. Then I'll take the headphones off. But the headphones, they look like some kind of attack that you could use. Like if you have 4 menu items and you add, what do you have on the 4 menu items? Let's see. You got attack, you got defense. What's the other one? Guard. What are you guarding? Make sure you know what you're guarding. Are you guarding something that is going to make it to the holy firmament? I don't know. Think of all the things that you made today. Think of all the ways that you spent your time today. And ask yourself this question. Is the Lord number one? If he's number one, then you can eat the pizza rolls. You know what I'm saying? I got a few more. But you don't really eat them a lot. If you have those Totinos, like 12, that's it. You're not going to go past 12. You're gonna say, you know what? I had enough, man. I had enough. You're gonna chew the dough and you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all those Totinos. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it. Is this what you really are gonna do? You know, we're at 10 minutes. You know, but let me go on here and see what I could do. Hold on. Um, is something on here? Look at this, dude. Look at what you get to do. Do you remember when this used to be? This used to be a joke. This didn't even used to be real. You don't even. Do you remember when this used to be a? This used to be like a joke. Like, for imagine we could do videos, fool, and people we share, people see what we're doing. But now it's real. It's like we're actually doing. And it was so full. That's what we're doing today, man. You know what happened? So I went and I was short-winded. You ever been short-winded and you got something to do? If you had a reason not to go, then you should have went. How many berries should be in your crunch berries? That's what I want to know. Like, if you have a bowl of crunch berries, how many berries before you say, this is a bowl of crunch berries? You don't really have more than 12. You start thinking about everything and you say, you know what? I don't really know if this is the right way. That's wrong. This is not the wrong way. That's right. This is like you're trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. And I don't think there is another way besides just speaking that you will find. You're not going to find no other way to succeed at this but by practice. This is not something you could read a book and get it. This is something you got to do. And which reminds me, you gotta do this room. There's some other stuff you got to do too. There's some other stuff you got to do. Also, you got to do like a few things. And I'm going to do them all on camera. I'm going to do them right in front of you so you can see. Because I don't want you to give up because you didn't get the pizza rolls today. You know, I'm like 40, fool. There was a time when I was 20. When I was 20, I was too fast. And I'm 40, maybe I get it right. You ever get something right in your life? You know that getting things right feels good. When you start getting stuff wrong all the time, that means that you're breaking new ground, or you're just stumbling in absolutely the wrong direction. But it's just not realistic to say that's going to happen. You're probably not going to stumble in the wrong direction unless your intention is to do so. Like, if your intention is to do something bad, then you're pretty much going to find something bad to happen on a regular basis. Something good can happen to you. Something good is going to happen to you on the most of the occasion, because everything that's above is below too. So if you got to shave today and you don't, then tomorrow and you're a werewolf, don't say nothing. Don't ask them why. There's one, she's going to walk up to you and she's going to say, so, when are you going to bath? You know, you're going to say, oh, I didn't know you felt it. She says, I don't. I just don't want you to smell anymore. I say, oh, okay. I don't want you to have that scent when you come in here. Women are very polite about stench. Right? Like, if you smell real bad, she'll have a look on her face, but she'll still talk to you. She'll say, so, is the elevator that way? And you say, oh, no. Underneath your smell is a good person, but you need to clear the air to find it. When I talk to you, it doesn't need to be like Link in the dungeon and it's Ganon at the end. Ganondorf is probably going to help you to clean up, or you guys are going to eat dirt cakes together or something. That's what you smell like when you walk in. You need to clean it up. You know? It's like some people, when you pat them, dust comes off and stuff. And you say, man, you're dirty, dude. You're dirty. You're really dirty. But you can clean it up with Jesus. Jesus, Lord Jesus Christ saves. I know that for a fact. He saved me from a whole lot of stuff. The Lord Jesus Christ saved me from a great big old ruin that was going to happen. Once upon a time, it was going to go a whole nother way. But today it's not because of the Lord. There was a time I didn't really know. I mean, what is funny anyway? You know, what do you kids, is it about the kids laughing? What is this? Let's get some direction today. Let's get some direction on live, because it could happen. You know, you could get a clear direction in your life, what you're going to do, and then you could do it. And then when you do that, you're more apt to change. How many ice cream sundaes do you have? You got 12 ice cream sundaes? How many ice creams do you have? How many mouths do you have? You got one mouth and you got 5 ice creams? It doesn't make any sense. What are you asking me to do? You're asking me to give you ice cream? Is that what you want me to do? I can't give you the Oreo one. The Oreo one is mine. You know, if you have the Oreo one, you don't share that one. Who else? Who gets what? You get the lipstick cake? A lipstick cake. You get what is the other flavor? Cherry? Don't get cherry ice cream, dude. That's like asking for some grease on the side. Don't do that. What do you? Let me get a Sprite and let me get a cup of grease, like a little cup. I'm gonna fry the rest of this at home when I get in. You don't do that. I like to cut it off when it's bad. But you stay on there until it's good. Because if you cut it off, you fail. That's the only way you're gonna fail. You're not gonna come up with no better way to fail than by stopping. You know? If you don't stop, it's no failure. If you stop, then you failed. You know, you failed to continue. And if you fail to continue, then what are you really asking anybody to do? What are you really asking the Lord to do? If you don't want to keep going when it's bad. But what's bad? What about when it's good? Why don't you go when it's good? Why don't you persist in a positive direction? You know, it's like you're dancing around the responsibility. But the responsibility is just to be funny for a good 5 minutes. Can you do that? I think you can. You just got to get out of your own head. Start talking about stuff. Have you read the Bible today? Did you read the pages, what it says? It says in the beginning, it says all this began. So what was there before? What were they doing? Were they playing scotch? Were they eating butterscotches? We need to do something. We need to come up with a world. You know what I'm saying? Is that how it happened? Say, well, hold on, check this out. And then the Lord in the beginning was the Word. So what did he say? Let there be light. That's what he said. Let there be light. What was there before? What was it called before? Was it called light? You can't worry about who doesn't like you, man. You if you're looking at who's your friend, then you know, we want to see, did you graduate grade school? If you graduated grade school, then it makes sense. Who is your friend? You know, because you're only going to have about 3 of them. You get older, man, you're going to have like 2 friends. And you're not even going to be able to call them all the time. You can call them, but they're not going to call you back right away because they're busy. But you're going to have a slew of acquaintances, people that you know, people that know people that you know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you need to get into all that. You know what I mean? That's not the right direction. The best direction is just you and the Lord. I'm trying to figure out which ice cream we're going to eat. It's not a hard decision when you want ice cream. When you don't want ice cream, it's kind of hard because you want something that tastes good, but you're not sure what. So you're saying, you know what? If I eat this Oreo ice cream, is it going to satisfy me? And it probably won't, because you don't really want ice cream. You don't want Oreos. You just want a nut something in your mouth. So I mean, if you're a guy, it's almost gay. You know what I'm saying? I want something in my mouth. Is that a good enough reason to get up and find and fix something to eat? No, that's like the beginning of hunger. You know, figure out something else. You want something in your mouth? Well, why don't you just breathe in some more and get some O2, some hydrogen? You get some more atoms all in your mouth. Atoms, dude. No, man, not a man. A woman saying that sounds good. Says, I want something in my mouth. It's like, oh, it sounds good. Can you say it again? A man saying it is like, well, look, man, I don't know if I can help you with all that. Anyway, so what are you doing for the next week of your life? Do you know what that is? Did you write it down? I'll tell you what to write down. Write down the next thing that you're going to do this week. That's what you need to write down. Write it down and don't forget where you put the paper. You know what I would do? I'd write stuff down, and then it's an hour later say, well, where's that stuff you wrote down? So don't be like that. Make sure you know where the papers are, what you wrote down. Give us a clear idea of what the paper said. It would be helpful to type, but there was a time we couldn't do that. So it's not something I lean on. But these kids can lean on it. They're like, oh, I ain't just go on YouTube. All I got to do is go to Spotify. And you say, oh, man, these kids know all this stuff. But instead of doing, if you put a cell phone in my hand, it's like, I'm almost a dangerous man with a cell phone because I know what to do with the phone. I know what to do with the applications. I could put something together from the mindset of before this was even occurring. Before the mindset of this phone business, before this phone business occurred, before this phone business showed up, I was already, playing Nintendo, Bartman and stuff. Remember that? Maybe it's the position. I call my dad too. I don't remember his number. I gotta call him and see if it's in his phone. Man, when it has his contacts, let me call my dad. See, it's a hit or miss, man, because what you learn is that if you're not sharing something, you're calling for something. So either you're asking to receive or you're sending. So if you're going to send something out, you got to send jokes that you prepared. So if you're going to send something out, you got to send jokes that you prepared. You can't just be sending stuff that you thought about and saying, "Hey, check this out." You got to hit stuff that you prepared already. What you prepared, that's what people can deal with. What you prepared, not just what you have on hand. It's like we have 12 of these sausages, but what did you prepare? Did you prepare one for me? What you have prepared, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I need to see. Don't give me the unprepared sausage. Give me the prepared sausage. Give me the sausage that you have already. Oh, see, you learned something. Wow, you learned something. The leaning, towering headphone. The leaning, towering man of headphone. That I prepared. I've had these headphones. I've had these headphones already. Had these headphones for a little while. I prepared them for you. I prepared to look at them. Now you see the ear. Now you don't. It's gone. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm preparing. I'm prepared. See, you can't even do that. You gotta go be prepared. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come up with different words. You gotta come up with different words like milk. How much milk do you like? Do you like milk? Milk is good. Milk is good for you. How much milk have you prepared? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. How much milk have you prepared? Do you follow what I'm saying? How much milk have you prepared? Have you prepared any milk? You see, that's what I need to know. Have you prepared any milk? I think. Have you prepared any milk? I'll smile like you're gonna be able to digitally download some milk for me. Have you prepared any milk? Oh man, praise the Lord.